Right, learners, another adjustment that often leads to problems is this one in question 43, adjustment number 8. It says to you that a payment received from a debtor for $5.20 was recorded in the cash receipts journal. Now, there's no problem up to there, because that would be, if you're receiving money, you would put in the cash receipts journal. And it was posted to the debtor's control account. Also, that would be correct. Except, now carry on reading. It says, however, it has now been discovered that this account was written off 3 months ago. And that means that they have actually made an error. So let's go back and see what they've done. You would have had a debtor in your books. And the debtor, obviously being an asset, would have been a plus-minus account. So you had a debtor that owed you 520 Rand. 3 months ago, you wrote that off. So you would have bad debts, 520, and that debtor's account has been cancelled. You're using prudence that if a debtor's account is outstanding for a period of time, you may decide to write it off depending on the company policy, which is what's happened here. And so you've now created an expense account called bad debts of 520. All right, now if we look at this debtor's account, then he's got no balance in his account. This debtor has decided to pay you, though, after a period of time. So you've received money, so you've debited your bank, which is fine. But you have gone and you have credited the debtor's account over here with bank. And that is the mistake. That's the problem. Can you see that you have minused? You have credited from this debtor twice. And if you left it as it is now, it would look as if you owed him money, because it would be a debtor with a credit balance. Now the mistake was that this should never have been put into the debtor's account. It should have cancelled the bad debt, because this person is paid. But again, for materiality, for what is important, we don't credit the bad debts account. We open an account called bad debts recovered. It's important to know that this debtor did pay. Even though he paid late, he did pay. So we're going to have to cancel this. This is an error. Now if it's on the credit side, it means I'm going to have to debit him. And the double entry will go to the credit side of bad debts recovered. The debtor's account is now cancelled. But in your books, can you see that you're going to have to add on to the debtor? And that's where you might run into problems. Remember that you have minus from this debtor twice. So in order to cancel it, you're going to have to plus. You put it on the debtor that cancels it out, and you then left with a bad debts recovered. So under expenses, you'll have bad debts. Income, you'll have bad debts recovered. Taking care of the materiality that this is important, but the two will effectively cancel each other out eventually. Now when you have problems like these type of accounts, draw yourself rough T accounts, and then it's always easier to see what you have to do. And if you've put the plus and minus on, you can see that you are plus.